fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Come on. This will be a good fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Gets a chance at that jumping. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Low kicks are a no-go. Tons of drive and help to work with. What's the play here? Clear that neither of them wants to be in the corner. Gets the jump in. This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile up on both fighters. Knockdown. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Denies the jump block. Oh, easy tech. They've got to pull the trigger on their drop. Finishes with the throw. Player one must feel very confident going into the later rounds after that win.
Round two. Fight.
A brave forward jump there to start. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Saw that low heavy coming. Knockdown. Tries to throw, but doesn't connect. Gets the jump in. Both fighters having a full super art gauge means positioning is critical. From up above, throws them to negate the block. Sticks the jump in. In a dire situation. It's all critical. What's gonna happen? They're barely hanging in there. Opt for the throw to close it out. It's tied at 1-1. Will we see our fighters kick it into high gear? Both fighters take to the air. How will this round turn out? Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. There's a quick switch. Player two will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. Okay, creating some space here. Trying to read each other here. Time's the only thing moving here. Feeling out the spacing. Blocks the low heavy. Knockdown. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Oh, easy tech. Long low attack hits. Jumps? You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Opt for the throw to close it out. Player two is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on? Quick dash in. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Jumps in. Caught in the crossover. Looking for a chance. Knockdown and fireball into the corner. They're trying to force the opponent into making a mistake. Super art on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be low heavy. There's a change of side. Player one will look to a block on super art. Closes it out. The fighters have matched each other blow for blow. This fight will be decided in this final round. Opens with a jump in, aerial Tatsu. No knockdown as the low heavy is blocked. Low heavy, but no go. Blocks the low kick. The low's blocked. Forward throw. Laying the pressure on thick. Ooh, does him dirty. Jump. Fades out the low kick. With super hard display, it's really anything goes at this point. Player two needs to use their drive moves to have any chance of a comeback. Does she that? The low. Okay, here we go. Low heavy, but no go. Blocks them, gets them with a quick low kick. Player one made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Jumps in. Takes him all the way to the corner with that. Changes the pace with an air-to-air. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. The low is denied. Low kicks are a no-go. Blocks the low heavy. The throw throw hits, now the fun begins. Sticks the jump in. All right, what's coming up next? Throws him. What's next? Very solid corner sweep. Denies the low heavy. Player 2, there's a wall thrust. They can't do anything now. Each hit is so important here. KO! Player 2 will be able to concentrate a little better with the first round in the bag.
Round 2. Fight.
A brave forward jump there to start. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Blocks the low heavy. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Player 1 with his super up connect. Forward throw, not letting them out of the corner.
Shoryuken.
Gets the jump in. Throws him. What's next? Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers, and that's a KO. Timed that perfectly. Takes one back. Both sides bringing it now.
Round 3.
Goes with the projectile for the opening shot. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner, denies the jumping attack with a jumping attack of their own. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Both fighters having a full super art gauge means positioning is critical here. They can't keep track of these corner switches. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Throws them to start the corner pressure. Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. Blocks the low heavy. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump ins to KO. Player 1 is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on?
Round 4. Fight.
Immediate jumping. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player 1 chases them down. Side switch in the corner. Max SA gauges. Will hit them with a stopping bomb. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive burn out. Protect the tempo of the Max tank. Fires off the Shinku Hadouken. Perfect KO. They were in full control there. Who could have guessed how that match would have turned out? Not me. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Gets the jump in. Changes the pace with an air-to-air. Opts for the throw. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Side switch. Now they're on the defensive. Takes a switch. The jump-in is denied. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Denies the low heavy. Knockdown. With a super up net. Starting something with the super. In a dire situation. Opt for the throw to close it out. Player 2 will be able to concentrate a little better with the first round in the bag.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start the round. The low is denied. Blocks the jump in. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Big low reaching heavy. Caught in the cross up. Knocked down. The grab misses. Impacts are no go. Sees it coming and blocks it out. They get driven into the wall, breaking their guard. KO. Takes one back. Both sides bringing it now.
Out of my way. Round 3. Fight.
Checking their opponent. How will this round turn out? Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. It's the start of the round. Both fighters aren't moving. Maybe there are technical issues? They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. Who's gonna make a move? Who's gonna break the silence first? Who's it gonna be? Both sides looking for an opening.
What are you waiting?
Will they incorporate that full drive gauge they have into their game plan? Tries to get a breather with a projectile. Neither fighter wants to get stuck in the corner as they continue to duke it out mid-stage. Halfway through the round now. Expect to see both fighters take it to the next level. We're at the halfway point of the round, and both fighters will be well past the warm-up phase. The jump-in is denied. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Both fighters having a full super art gauge means positioning is critical here. Grabs him. Knockdown. Gets the jump in. Which one of these fighters has what it takes to close out this round? Risky hits him with a stopping block. Not much time left in this round. Gets scooped from down low. In there. Player one is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on?
Round 4. Fight.
Are we going to see some fireworks here? Gets the knockdown, and now will gain control of the match in the early going. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Plenty of life left, a full drive gauge to work with. They have tons of options at their disposal. Shows the medium. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Gets the jump in. That's a counter. Going in with the cross. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Oh, here we go. Throws them. They got a big down flatline zone. Player one made all the right moves. And this experience is only going to make them stronger. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Quick dashing. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Gets the jump in. Player one has them legit shook in the corner. Big counter. There's a corner switch. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Reads their mind and techs the throw. Big low reaching heavy. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Knockdown. Life lead is opening up, but that could still be overcome with smart drive use. Oh, easy tech. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Player one, turn out. Expect the tempo of the match to hit KO. Player one will be able to concentrate a little better with the first round in the bag.
Round 2. Fight.
Gonna jump in to start the round. The low kick is blocked. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Opts for the super art. The super art finds its mark. How is this round going to develop? Neither of them willing to back off. Tells them to negate the block. Knockdown. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Jump. The low doesn't connect. Takes a trip. Throws him. What's next? Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Both fighters may be shy to show their hands too early in this tense situation.
I am the prize.
Finishes with the throw. Player two is making this look so easy.
Round 3.
Goes for the jump in to start. This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Player one chases them down. They're in the corner and the beatdown continues. Lots of life to play with and full SA meters. What will they do? Both fighters planning something? Goes with the safe stuff with that target. What'll happen here? Shows the medium kick. Going in. Flashes. In there. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Oh, we're not done yet. Looks like they're both warmed up. Gets the jump in. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Low heavy. The cross-up connects. Saw that low heavy coming. Box him with a target. Throws him to negate the block. Knockdown. Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming. Decides to meet them in the air. Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. Life lead opens up. Picks up the win with the projectile. Good read. Player 1 may have taken the first round, but you can be sure that there will be adjustments on both sides.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes with the projectile for their opening shot. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. The low kick is blocked. Player 1 has them legit shook in the corner. All right. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. That's some big juicy damage on that counter.
Shoryuken.
With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Blocks the low heavy. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Knockdown. Life lead opens up. Opts to spend the super meter here. Feeling the second wing going in as the critical art goes for the side side. Everything's so nice. Player 1 can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. Closing moment in there. Player 1 is feeling it. Match point.
Round 3.
Quick dashing. Smart play with the throw. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Scrapping it out up close. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with the meter advantage. Blocks the low heavy and good instinct. Oh, burnout triggered. Throws a fireball. Knockdown and player 2 has the chance. They're going for the super art. Player 1, the corner throw ends it. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Gets the jump in. Well-timed corner switch. Blocks the jump in. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Trips him up. From up above. Shoots off a fireball up close. Throws them to negate the block. Life lead opens up. Scrapping it out up close. Alright, what's coming up next? Up tap to close. Player 1 must feel very confident going into the later rounds after that win.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start the round. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Gets the jump in. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Blocks the low heavy. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Closing. What's next? Both fighters having a full super art gauge means positioning is critical here. Connects with medium. Picks up the counter. That's not gonna hit. Wrong critical. What's gonna happen? Oh, it looks like this will be enough damage for the kill.
Get down and shut up!
In there. Player 1 straight up put their opponent on a poster.
Round 3. Fight.
This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Player 1 chases him down. Side switch in the corner. Player 2 is working with a better game. What can they do with it? Quick breather. Hits the back throw to get the side switch. Fires off the Shiku Hadouken. What'll happen here? Decides to go fancy on that jump in and takes care of it with a perfect parry. Crowns him from above. Ooh, what a smart throw. Low heavy, but no go. Fades out the low kick. Okay, here we go. A wheel, a fireball, is that Player one played with a lot of heart to pull off a tremendous win. Definitely one to watch. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Closes the gap. Player one chases them down. The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? Who's gonna make a move? Will they incorporate that full drive gauge they have into their game plan? Who's going to break the silence first? Both fighters aren't moving. Maybe there are technical issues? Who's it gonna be? Do they build meter or just go all in on each other? They're not gonna allow any jump-ins. Bops him with a target. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Just goes for it to stop the opponent's flow. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. There's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. KO. Player one picks up the first round. It's still anyone's fight, so they can't get complacent here.
Round two. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start the round. What'll happen this round? Blocks the jump in. They're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. Low heavy, knockdown. Denies the low heavy. Player two is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Takes a trip. Was looking for that jump attack. From up above. All right, what's coming up next? This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile up on both fighters. Both sides have the super good experiencing burnout. Shoryuken? Taking stock. Big, low, reaching heavy. There's a change of sides. Closes it with a classic corner throw. Player one is feeling it. Match point.
Round three.
Are we going to see some fireworks here? Sticks the jump in. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Good job escaping that dangerous corner situation. Knockdown and... tries to bait out a reaction to a firework. Misses the grab. Gets them with the anti-air. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. From low heavy. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Super arts on deck. Oh my god, what a throw tech! This could lead to some big damage. Blocks the low kick. Oh, here we go. They got it. Sets up with the jump in. Wraps it up with a throw. I smell a comeback in the works.
Round four.
Quick dashing. This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Throws them to negate them now. Still scrapping for control of the space. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. No knockdown as the low heavy is blocked. Barely blocks the jump in. Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. Knockdown and... the low heavy is blocked. Going in. This is gonna hurt. Goes for it at this range. This is gonna kill. No doubt about it. Not miss that chance and takes the round. The fighters have matched each other blow for blow. This fight will be decided in this final round.
Final round. Fight.
Quick dash. This is it. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Shows low heavy, but no go. Here comes the corner pressure. But blocks the low kick. Amazing. This is gonna hurt. Yes, sir. More damage, please. There's a burnout. Player one is looking at a grim situation where burnout crowns him from above. Connects with the throw. that corner pressure and moving. Ooh, what a smart throw! The throw is denied! This can lead to some big damage. Not in range, low heavy, but no go! Ooh, does him dirty. The low kick hits.